Hi, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm the host of bestofusinvestors.com. And as the thumbnail said, I'm not going to give you some stocks today that are going to explode. I'm sorry, but I'm out of that game. So this channel may not be for you. I've been in this. I've been in the game. I'm a retired financial advisor, so I've been in the game many years. I'm 77 years old. And I've been in this YouTube game since November of 2019. And I've come to realize that the life of a video on YouTube in the investment space is no more than 3 days, because for the most part, the viewers of these videos are looking for instant gratification. They're interested in me telling them what's going to happen today so that they can profit off of it. And the reality is I can't do that. And I don't believe that anybody else can, because we're playing in a game that is run by professionals that have more assets at their exposure than you and I do. Everything from Wharton School of Business graduates to computer systems that trade in the millisecond, to research departments that are far beyond anything we can do. But we also need to recognize that they play in what I call the 180-day game, that they have to be right, or they go out of business. So they deal with what is happening today and make trades today based on what they believe is going to happen today, or at least the next 90 days, because that's what profit reports are. And profits are good and profits are up, and they're doing so quite well. But I can't compete in that. I just can't. And so I'm changing the direction of my channel to where I want to advise people on what I think is going to happen in the next 5 years and where we can position our money such that we can profit off of it. I believe that the market is driven by change. And if you'll pay attention to what's happening around you and the changes that are happening, you can profit off of it. So that's what this video's about. It's going to go in a little more detail of where I'm taking this channel, and then you can make a decision of whether this channel is for you or not. I recognize that it won't be right for some of you, but I'm still not your financial advisor. I'll be right back with you.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Grinkmeyer.
I look at investing in the stock market similar to if I were fielding a team today for the World Series, and I was going to substitute myself for either the Atlanta Braves or the Astros, and I expected to win. Well, I can't, because I'm not a professional. But I think if I sit in the stands and play chess with them, I can beat them. Okay? If they'll take their players, their baseball players, and one by one bring them up into the stands and play chess with me, I think I can beat them. I'm still in their stadium. I'm still playing a game, but I'm playing a different game than they are. And that's how I want to teach you to invest. I want you to see that you can beat them at a game. Let's look at history to see how that works. This is a chart that I have put together relative to how the investment market has moved since roughly 1944, when I was born. And you can see on this chart that there are certain events that happen that basically drive what the market is going to do. The other element is that of liquidity. And that is, there is enough money to finance the change that is coming. And we've learned over the last decade, roughly, that the government is willing to fund whatever change that we have. Right now, we believe that there is going to be a new spending package of roughly $1.5 trillion, but it's over the next decade. I don't believe that is actually what will happen. They'll get it approved for the next decade, and then they'll start working on the next package because we need money to react to the events that are happening right now that are going to change our world. And what are those events? Well, I think the most important event that has happened in my life, and I've said this before, is the coronavirus. We have brought our economies, our world economies, to their knees as a result of some bat that had a virus in Wuhan, China, that then spread across the world and brought the world to its knees. Now, we reacted very positively to it and came up with a vaccine in record time, and we did that by sequencing the virus, by looking into the virus and finding its vulnerability, and then developing off of that knowledge a vaccine to basically kill it. Now all we have to do is get the majority of the herd vaccinated in order to extract it. But we learned from that. We learned that this technology that we have developed, genome sequencing and then genome editing, can actually do many wondrous things in our bodies to eliminate diseases. So that is a change. If I recognize that change and then find the stocks that are going to facilitate that change, I'm not in the 90-day game. I'm in maybe the 5 to 8 year game. And if I can buy those stocks, and then if I'm patient enough to run through the ups and downs, I can make a lot of money. As I've said in my other videos, this happened to Google, this happened to Amazon, this happened to Facebook, that none of them took a straight line up. Apple, it came and it went, its value went up and down as it was emerging. So if I can pick the Apples, the Googles of the biotech field and buy them now while they're cheap and while they're volatile, I'm not playing the game that the Astros or the Braves are playing. I'm playing chess in the stands against them, and they don't even know that I'm in the stands. But I'm going to beat them because I'm not playing against them. Now, the other change that is happening is our supply chain. We have recognized, I mean, look at the car industry. The cars aren't available because of semiconductors. We made a decision back in the 70s and 80s that cheap shoes were better than labor here in the United States. And we you watch Squawk Box, and every once in a while they spurt out a statement, well, we are a consumer society. Yes, we are. A consumer economy. Yes, we are. And at the same time, we're not a manufacturing economy. We gave all that up. We gave it to China. We gave it to India. We gave it away for cheaper labor. At the same time, we took that good paying jobs and shipped them abroad. Well, we have learned as a result of the coronavirus that that can't go on. We can't be sitting here when we need masks and not have them, when we need ventilators and not have them, when we need semiconductors and we don't have them. We can't live that way anymore, or we have basically put ourselves in a position to be a secondary power. And China, let's stay with the supply chain. So what is going to happen is 3D printing, robotics, and semiconductors have to come back to bring manufacturing back to the United States to offset the cost of labor. Now, we're going to have some better jobs who know how to run those 3D printers, know how to maintain those robots, but this is going to happen. So if I can identify the stocks that are going to make this change happen, I can profit. I won't profit today. I have to ride the wave, just like I did in the 90s with Apple and Microsoft, but they will grow to be the largest companies in the world. I just need to identify them today. Then we have the China bubble. China, anybody who has read anything about China knows they have overbuilt their real estate. They basically played the game of build it and they will come. And we did come. And we did give them our manufacturing. But now we're going to pull back. And so China has a bubble. They have two bubbles. They have the real estate bubble, and then they have the issue that they don't have enough young people to work in the factories that they already have and that they're already building structures for. So that's a change. And then the one that's really got me excited is the metaverse. And this is, and I'm not going to beat up on my favorite senior, what is he, executive of investment, CIO, Chief Investment Officer of Morgan Stanley. I'm not going to mention his name. 56, 54 years old that isn't going to live to see the metaverse. The metaverse is going to change the internet as we know it and make us an interactive part that is basically going to change everything in the universe. And all you've got to do is read the article in today's Wall Street Journal where Mark Zuckerberg basically says he's going to spend billions of dollars and he's going to sacrifice current profits to change the internet into the metaverse, where you and I can move through with our own persona from one platform to the other and make our world a better place. I did what I thought was a phenomenal video to explain the metaverse by using Taylor Swift as an example. Look back about 2 days and you'll find that. But that's where this channel is going. But what I want to again emphasize is I'm going to change my videos to where they're not a 3-day video, that anybody can come to this a month later and say, wow, I never thought of it that way. I don't have to invest in what a stock is going to explode today. No, I can invest in a stock that is just going to grow and grow and grow exponentially as the world wakes up to it. Now, I discussed this with Jack yesterday, and Jack said, Kerry, you're going to lose subscribers because you're not going to provide the bulk of the people what they want. And he's right. I can see from the video I did yesterday that I lost subscribers because I basically said, I'm not going to give you instant gratification. I'm not going to give you the stock that's going to explode today. You know where you can go to get that. So what I want to do is build a core of, I hope, 500,000 people who want to invest into the future, who want to say, I'm patient enough to ride out the development of Apple. I'm patient enough to ride out the development of Amazon in today's world. And that is going to be in the healthcare. And I don't like the word healthcare because the word healthcare denotes that if you get sick, we'll take care of you. No, this is health cure. We need to change that word. We're not talking about health care. We're talking about health cure. You've got a defect in your body called cancer, and we're going to take it out. So we're not going to invest in health care. We're going to invest in health cure. We're going to invest in the cure of the supply chain through 3D printing, robotics, and possibly semiconductors. And then we're going to, yes, I am the guy who sold all of my Tesla last week for $796.35. Why did I do that? Because I wanted that money to invest somewhere else. Why would I want to do that? Because it's up over $1,000 today. Because I did it because I don't believe in the next 8 years that Tesla's going to $20,000 a share. And I'm looking for a 20x multiple. And I'm looking for that again in health cure, supply chain, and the metaverse. That's where I think I can get that, and that's where I don't have to deal with the day-to-day fluctuations of Tesla. Tesla, it was my largest holding. I now own none of it, and one of the reasons really is I don't know what China is going to do. I had a discussion with Nick in our tribe, who is a strong Tesla holder, that if the Communist Party will take money from Jack Ma to help the underprivileged people in China, they literally demanded millions of dollars from him. Does he believe they won't do that to Elon Musk? And he said, no, they don't. They wouldn't do that. Well, Nick, I think you're wrong. If they want to do it, they're going to do it. Because basically, they have basically told me in this book here that they don't care about the United States. They don't need the United States. We all have 2 cars in our garage. We all have a 56-inch or bigger TV. But the people in China don't. The people in India don't. The people in Iraq, Iran, Pakistan don't. The people in Africa don't. And that's where China sees the growth in the world's economies, not in the United States. No, they're just going to make everything that we want until we wise up and say, we'll make our own stuff, and then we'll sell it to you. Yeah, they are our biggest trading partner right now, but and they agree up front to buy as much from us as we buy from them, and then they don't do it. We've got a trade deficit with them right now that it keeps growing, but we still play the game with them. That's got to end because they don't need us. They have declared by 2042, they will be the largest economic, political, and military power in the world. Well, who are they going after? They've openly said it. And we just kind of say, oh, okay. So that's what this channel's about. I expect you to unsubscribe. But I expect some of you who have been here now for the first time to say, I want to get on that wagon because I think that's the way I want to invest. If that's such, join the tribe. Go to Best of Us Investors, give me your name and your email address, and I'll send you a link to our Discord. All right, we'll talk more about this tomorrow.